Ain't no way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. Hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. I'ma rep my city and salute my town. Said ain't no way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. I'ma hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. And I'm ready for whatever, and I still stand proud. Ain't no way. Who you think you kidding, dude? Never thought that I would do.
Well, hey, everybody! Hey, there he is. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, what's going on? Had a couple technical difficulties, but I am here. Another episode of Wrestling from the 313. As always, this episode is brought to you by WSN, Wrestling Society Network. If you have the app, make sure you check it out on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and Apple TV. Sign up for a free account on the WrestlingSociety.com, the WSN website. Also, check us out on Patreon, where you could get a free, you can join for free. But to get the cool exclusive stuff, check out all the memberships. They got some good stuff on there. Samp has been on some of the exclusive stuff too. Speaking of Samp, representing the Main Event Roundtable. He's also a co-host of the Samp and Chance podcast and also a professor in the Samp. Brother Samp, what's going on?
Brother, bless. Thank you for having me on. Here we go. One more time. 2 of the 4. 2's better than nothing, right?
Definitely. And Joe Moreau is supposed to join us soon. So
sorry, who?
So we'll be
who's joining us?
Joe Moreau.
Why? What's he got to do with anything?
Hey, we're gonna talk about what you guys got going on later on in the show.
It's nothing but love. It's nothing but love.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, a lot of good. It's been a lot of good stuff going on. We're gonna talk about the World Rumble that's this weekend.
Yes.
WWE 2K, they've been making some big news and stuff. Gonna get a little bit about talk about that. Sure. But a little breaking news, if anybody's been watching AEW, is watching AEW right now. Tommaso Ciampa, former member of DIY, former member of WWE NXT, is now in AEW. Sam, what do you think about him joining AEW?
Okay, well, yeah, he's there. I haven't seen it myself yet, so I have to go in and tune into it to see it. But anything that happens in AEW, and I'm sorry, I don't want to be a negative Nancy in this regard, but dude, they fumbled everyone. That's kind of coming with any kind of name, any reputable name. You know, even mid-carders going in from the WWE already have more of an established name than most of that roster does, correct? Just because of the reach of the juggernaut that is the WWE. I just hope they don't fumble him, man. Really, honestly, I think, me personally, I don't think he should have gone there. I think he would have fared better on the indie scene. I think today's indie scene, in my opinion, has a lot more opportunity than it did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we're seeing that economically in terms of being an affordable event to attend, to take your kids. The indie scene is blowing up, and with his name, he would garner top dollar. Yeah. You know, I think he would have probably made more money doing the indies right now than he would have either, you know, where he is now. But that being said, man, congratulations to Tommaso. I hope he does well. I just hope they don't fumble him. Really, that's what it comes down to me for.
Yeah, I agree. And I kind of feel what you're saying, like he should have probably went to the indies instead of going to AEW. I think he'd been a good fit in TNA. You know, well, like
TNA is basically WWE light.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? I mean, in a way, yeah.
But if he ever wanted to keep that, you know, kind of keep that connection close, if he ever wanted to, you know, kind of like step in and step out from time to time, like TNA would be good.
Yeah. He's got that one thing. Yeah, but he's got one thing that a lot of other guys may not have. He's got Triple H.
Yeah.
Okay, and if there was a baby that one nurtured, like hypothetically speaking, not figuratively speaking, that would have been Tommaso Ciampa in Triple H's arms,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
one, I'm curious to think. I'm thinking, what's Triple H thinking?
Yeah.
If that even matters, to be fair. But at the same time, maybe he needed to get leave. Sometimes you got to jump out of the nest, right?
That's true. That's
So
true.
maybe he comes back better. And I don't think WWE misused him in any way. They did the best they could. I mean, here's the thing. We say this guy's not getting over. That guy's not getting over. She's not getting over. What's going on? Well, people aren't buying into what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
How can you expect the company to, if they give you the time, if they're putting you on TV, no matter what company it is, and you're not getting over, then there's something not translating with you and the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And then I just think too, you know what I'm saying? If he probably just ran this course in WWE, you know what I'm saying? He been there, if I'm correct, over 10 years.
Well, yeah,
So
I mean, he worked his way up there, right? And one can argue he had his greatest moments, but he never got to be a true heel. Like if he could have been the type of heel that he was on NXT,
yeah, I agree.
I think things would have been different. That's the problem. A lot of times, guys are in NXT, TNA, and they're doing amazing stuff. Like, man, why aren't they on the main roster? Why aren't they there? But once they go up there, they water them down. I mean, Vince did that on purpose, I believe, in a lot of ways in the beginning, just because NXT was doing better than the main roster was, So it's like, okay, yes, NXT was Triple H's child, and a lot of, and everyone's saying there's no stars now. Well, the whole bloody roster is made up of NXT stars that Triple H made.
Yeah.
Right or wrong? Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. No, you're right. You're right. Pretty much.
The only thing he hasn't made is a John Cena
or Randy Orton.
But you know what I mean? Like, there is no one right now. I mean, Seth. If Seth was that guy, that would have been a Triple H guy.
Mm-hmm.
In essence, right? Look where they all got their start from. Triple H. Like I'm not going on a tangent here about how we were mistreating him. No, he's made his mistakes.
Oh, yeah,
right? Yeah. I don't think he needs to be out in front of the camera like Chance says all the time to me. I agree with that. I see it now. I understand it a bit better. It makes more sense. Just be behind the scenes, man. Just do your job. Do what you're doing. You're doing great. You were never on TV in NXT, and it thrived.
Yeah,
right? People are just picking at things that are unnecessarily for no reason, right? We blame the bookers. Look. Okay, let's look at the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. We're just going off on a tangent here. Let's just go in a little different direction for a quick second. Yeah. We got the Buffalo Bills. Okay. What's wrong with the Buffalo Bills in your opinion? I would say they need to have a better defense line, defensive line, O-line. Take your pick. Okay. Allen needs to mature. He's still showing signs of immaturity. He's still very young, right? He's probably just entering his prime right now. What do? They fire the coach. Why? It makes no sense.
I agree, but you already know how it is in sports, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think with Buffalo, they probably knew that that their coach was probably gonna take them so high, or his ceiling was so high with them. So that's probably why they made the move. And
bad timing, man. You got a new stadium coming in. You got all these things happening for you in the next year and a half. It's just bad timing on their part, man. That's all I'm saying. You need to pick up some key players. Your coach was fine.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But same with wrestling. We're so adamant about the promoter, the booker, the writers. But what about the talent? They still have to perform.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if they're not getting over, they're not getting over. You what else can you do? It seems everybody wants who's not on TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And once they get them on TV, they hate them.
Yeah. And that's the same thing with the Street Profits. Everybody's still looking for the Street Profits. Oh, they need a push.
We're repackaging. They're going to repackage them one more time. Let's see what they do with them this time. Like enough's enough. Like if you're not getting over, you're not getting over. That's just it.
That's true.
Right? Like let's just call it the way it is, dude. Like you're not over, you're not over. Like we're over because we are what we are. Right?
So,
But yeah,
so
sorry about that. I apologize.
Oh no, you good, you good. But with Tommaso Ciampa when he came out, so it looks like this Saturday on Collision, he's going to be challenging Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship.
Okay, so they're putting him in a limelight. Let's see what they do. Again, I don't want to pass judgment. That what I said about the negativity and fumbling, that was just based on things that I've seen this company do in the 5 to 7 years that they've been around.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm still adamant, and we haven't even got to the Rumble. I'm still adamant on the fact that they have misused Bobby Lashley in the worst possible ways.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is this a thing of Tony Khan having something against big men? Is he so indie that everyone has to be a plumber or your landscaper? Well, I'm just saying, like, come on, dude. You have Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Lower upper echelon WWE guy, but a supreme upper echelon guy in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That dude should have been champion at least twice by now.
I agree. He definitely should be up there on the level with John Moxley.
Right. And the other thing is, just one more thing, Mike. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, bro, I haven't talked to you in months. Happy New Year. Okay. So, the other thing I look at when I see AEW and what they're doing and things like that, it's like, we talk about WWE. Oh, it's always Punk. Oh, it's Braun Breaker. It's always this guy. It's always that guy, right?
Yeah.
Tell me the 4 guys that have been chasing that belt in AEW for the last 6-7 months. Hangman.
Swerve. Yeah, that's been about it. It's
right?
Been Kenny Omega starting to get into the mix.
Okay, but Omega hasn't been in it for a while, but you look at Swerve, Hangman. If you really want to throw Joe in there, we can throw Joe in there too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And, yes, Moxley was champion, but I mean, you were talking about giving fresh talent new opportunities. Well, AEW is full of fresh talent and they're not using them.
I agree.
Right?
I definitely agree. Yeah, because it just seemed like they just stack the roster almost every month or whatever, and then it's just like they get that couple weeks.
Stacked with what? Like, I mean, honestly, what names are there that make me like? And for myself, anyways, why would I want to tune in?
I mean,
I know. I'm being facetious. I'm still going to tune in, but I'm just saying we're always going to. That's the point I'm trying to make. You, me, Professor Joe Monroe, the 4 of us plus everyone else that we know that loves wrestling. We'll always tune in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But we're trying to bring in the new fan, and this is no way to bring in the new fans, man. Yeah. If anything, you're just opening the windows of every mother's basement where the son's downstairs on their keyboard.
Yep. You're right. So you think Ciampa gonna have like a mid-card level type run in AEW?
I think so. He I mean, I think they're already putting him to if you're telling me that he's challenging Briscoe for the TNT title on Saturday, you kind of already see where his ceiling is.
Yeah.
And putting the belt on him, yeah, it's great. You're gonna get huge pops and stuff for a couple months, but then what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because they got a good reputation of like building somebody for a couple of months, and once they take a couple of losses, it's just like you don't hear from them for a while. We still looking for Keith Lee.
Well, look, I mean, Keith Lee, yeah, he's been injured and whatnot, but where is he? Right? Completely example right there. I mean, I'm not going to blame him for Rusev because the same thing's happening to him in the WWE.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? But they fumbled Rusev too.
Yeah. They fumbled him big time. And
honestly, I think out of all the WWE signings that have gone over there, anyone that's had anything meaningful, in my opinion, Brody Lee, who unfortunately passed away,
mm-hmm.
and Aleister Black.
You don't think Tony Storm?
Well, Tony Storm really never made it to the main roster. I mean, if you're talking about someone who basically stayed in NXT for most of her career.
Yeah, and then when she did get to the main roster, they kind of fumbled her too.
They
Like
fumbled her too really fast and they got her out the door, right? And she was gone. Now, Tony Storm is an anomaly in my opinion because she completely went off the rails and did something that no one expected her to be, right? You know, the character that she developed, she did it all on her own. I give no credit to Tony Khan or anyone backstage. You know, like this is her. She's been amazing. And she's so good that she could call her shot. She says, after this, I'm done. She doesn't even want to go back to WWE.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't blame her because it's like she opened it. She made her own path over in AEW.
But she did, and she's done absolutely amazing. Sasha Banks will go back because she has to. You know, like at some point she will return.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna get the money that AEW gave her, but I could see her going back in a few years, talking
Possibly.
to Triple H, burying the hatchet.
Yeah, but there's no hatchet to bury when you're the one who's causing all the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And
normally,
and then too, I mean, and it's like you said, it ain't really no hatchet to bury. They probably just need to talk it out because Triple H wasn't even running things then; it was Vince. So that'd be interesting.
Well, that'd be interesting. But you know what? How many times are you going to be fooled? How many times has she walked up? You know, how many times has she done the Shawn Michaels and took her ball home? I can count two at least.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, and both times she tried to bring someone down with her. First time Bailey, second time Naomi.
Yup. But you know what? It happens in wrestling all the time, man. Especially
it happens everywhere, brother, man. We're just focused on the wrestling. But guys and gals, remember, please. It's very important to remember this one thing. It's a fucking TV show.
Definitely. Yeah. You are right about that.
All right. I would love to see if there was a podcast about Grey's Anatomy or something like that, and people talk the way they did about those shows. Like, it's just insane to think this is a TV program.
Yeah. And you'll be surprised how serious people take wrestling because it's crazy.
It's almost unthinkable and unimaginable. Like, you know, we're dealing with a lot of this silliness that we have to hear and read about and talk about.
Definitely. So let's talk about the video game a little bit.
Yeah.
I know you periodically, play the game here and there. But WWE 2K26 is doing some big things. So before they even announce who's going to be on the cover for the standard copy or the deluxe copy, they came out. They got an Attitude Era edition. Then this past Saturday, they announced that on Saturday night's main event is going to be a Monday Night Wars edition. And then I think the next day, that Sunday or Monday, they announced it's going to be a Triple H edition or Triple H on the cover. You being a periodically 2K player, what do you think about the editions and just the game? Period. You think it's going to be they got some big things coming?
Oh, dude, they probably do. You know, let's just be completely honest. I mean, we live in this age. If there's nothing bigger than streaming and this and that, the other thing would be video games, right? And the market's there. People love it. I mean, I don't think my fingers work the way they're supposed to work on these wrestling games now. You know, I play, but I don't play online. I don't want to play against anybody online. Yeah, I just play for myself, to be completely honest. So from that perspective, I couldn't really comment because I'm not an online guy at all, to be fair. You know, it doesn't matter what game it is. Yeah. Here's my logic. I can't justify paying X amount of dollars for PlayStation Plus to get beaten up all the time. Right? If I want to get beaten up, I'll just cuss my wife out and you know, deal with that.
Hey, because if you don't play online all the time and you playing against one of them top dogs, those guys that play all day, you will get whooped. It has happened to me, and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't play online.
Well, here's the thing, man. The one positive of playing online is realizing that I do have a life, and I have meaning to my life. That I'm not so good and proficient at mashing buttons in a chronological order in order to gain victory.
Yeah.
Look, the game's great. I think it's fun. Can I actually be honest with you?
Go ahead.
So I have 2K25, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I bought it 3 months after its release because it was on sale. And I opened it, I put it in, and I think I set it up, and I still yet have to play it.
Wow. So you never played none of them, like just a regular one-on-one match?
Brother, that's the problem. See, I have so many things going on, and this is a great thing. I love video games. Trust me, I love video games, man.
Yeah.
And I wish I could play more. I just don't have the time.
I
Because
feel you.
I know in order to enjoy a game, my wife says, "Oh, just play for a half an hour." I go, "Well, you can't play for a half an hour. Your fingers are just warming up,
Yeah.
right? You need a minimum of 2.5 hours, maybe anywhere from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours
That's true.
to enjoy the session,
Yeah.
right?
Especially
In my case, yeah. So, like in my case, because I haven't touched my PlayStation 5, which is unfortunate because I really wanted it and I got it. But when I put the game in, I had to do all the system updates and all these updates and this update. There's like 40 different updates to do before I even got to the game. And then I got to the game. Guess what? They have to update that. They have to upload this information. So an hour and a half later, it's all ready to go. I'm like, well, I'll try tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow was 6 months ago, bro.
You know what? I definitely know that feeling, because it's like I try to get, you know what I'm saying, played on the weekends and stuff like
Sure.
that. But then it's like when you working during the week and you finally got that time to just sit on the couch and relax. Sometimes that's all you want to do is sit on the couch and relax and just get some rest or whatever. But yeah.
And the other thing for me is just, sorry. The other thing for me is just like, we both cover wrestling.
Yeah.
But I have another plate on my table too.
Yeah, that's right. You have boxing.
Right? So like let's look at this weekend. You ready?
Yeah, because you got
this is what I'm covering. This is what I'm covering this weekend. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We start with the Royal Rumble, which is at 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, people. Remember, it's in Saudi Arabia. Okay, that starts at 11. That'll probably finish at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Gives me an hour in between. Then we start the prelims of the ring card of Shakir Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez out of New York. At the same time, we have a card out of Puerto Rico, run by Top Rank, which I'm going to be watching as well at some point. So I got those two cards. Okay. And because I'm a bitch, I like UFC. I'm going to end up watching UFC at the same time too. Sunday, I have the Zuffa 2 card that's coming out.
Ooh.
Right? So throw all those pieces in, and then I'm recording with the professor. Right? So we got all these elements that where do I have time to play a video game?
Yeah, I feel you.
Weekdays are consumed by family, homework, and making dinner.
Yep. Yep. But the one thing that I wanted to say, just with the different editions that they drop in, like I'm just interested to see what the DLC content is gonna come with, because I think that's gonna be the key to each edition. Like you got the Attitude Era edition. Is it gonna be wrestlers from the Attitude Era? You got the Monday Night Wars. Is it gonna be okay? You got the Attitude Era edition. You know that whatever DLC content they drop, it's gonna be heavily WWE. It's the Monday Night Wars edition. Is it gonna be heavily WCW? And then is the Triple H edition gonna kind of be like what the John Cena edition was, or you know what I'm saying? So
No, I totally understand completely what you're saying. So, like when you say editions, like separate actual discs.
you know what? Actually, I think they most of the time it's digital. So like
No,
you
I
have
know
to
what you mean.
download.
But you can still go to the store and buy the actual hard copy.
I think so. Yeah, I
No, but
know
what
a
I'm
lot
asking, what I'm asking you is like, okay, I know they released a standard version, right?
yeah,
Then they released the deluxe version with the little coupon inside, and then you go online and you get all the stuff digitally. I get that.
yeah.
Are they, when you say they're releasing an Attitude Era version, this version, the Monday Night War version, are these actual separate video games, or
No,
are they downloadable content?
it's downloadable. Those I think you
Okay.
got to download those off the PS5.
Yeah. Now, when I'm looking at it, you think about it, it's not that hard for them to do because they own all the contracts, they own all the names and everything from both companies, right?
Yeah,
I mean, outside of Ring of Honor, outside of AEW, I guess, and whatnot, and NWA, they basically own the rights to basically most of everything that's out there. So
yeah,
it shouldn't be too hard for them to run it, right? I mean, if it's just downloadable, and they already have WCW guys in the game, anyways, right?
yeah. So
So
it's just my thing is who else are they gonna add? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like sometimes they have taken wrestlers that might have been in a previous version, and then the new version come out. Then you got to do all this to try to download them. So I don't know. I'm excited about it. And then I also heard too that they're gonna have wrestlers from the AAA promotion. I heard TNA wrestlers supposed to be in there. They said it's supposed to be up to 400 wrestlers that's gonna be in the game.
that's insane, man. Look, it should be fun. It's going to be fun. It's always fun, in terms of names and stuff. You know who I'd like to see? King Kong Bundy.
Hmm.
No. Why would you bring him up just as I said King Kong Bundy?
Joe, what's going on?
Hello, Joe Monroe.
You I'll get to in a minute. You shut up. You got me for 5 minutes, Mike. What do you want?
So real quick, we talking about WWE 2K26.
No one gives a shit. Next question. Come on.
We talking about the Rumble.
No one gives a shit. Next question.
Yeah, that's we'll do talk.
That's all you want. You don't want to talk about what's coming Friday. Is that?
Yeah.
You just want to skip over that. Okay. God forbid if it's not WWE, Mike don't want to talk about it. All right. So Friday, Samson, how dare you side with Bear? You're the one that gave me the Dean name, for crying out loud. Mike,
brother, I stand by the professor because I have the show with the professor. And I take slight to it because I gave you the name the Dean, and the change that's come over you, brother.
Listen,
the change that's come over you, man, is something that I didn't expect. It's something I didn't see. So, bro, what am I supposed to do when I see the Bear just standing there minding his own business? I gotta support him, bro.
Well, let's cut back around that story just a second, will you? The Bear was not minding his business. The Bear got grouchy because I'm the Dean. He knows it. It's a hierarchy than a freaking professor, and he just gets mad. You even admit to that. Bear, why are you getting so angry? I'm pretty sure you said that on the round.
Oh, I did, and I said it to you too, brother, because I'm always trying to bring peace to the family, man.
Well, there's not going to be any more peace. I can tell you right about that right now, man. No more peace.
No more peace?
Someone.
You sound like that guy. You sound like the alien guy from Independence Day. No peace.
Exactly. So if you don't mind not interrupting me while I'm talking, I appreciate it. So,
I'm sorry. See, I'm a polite Canadian.
It's okay. It's okay. Just because you're Canadian, I'm going to let it slide. But someone brought up a good topic on Facebook. Actually, one of my old mentors, Austin Michael, he brought up this thing called politics. Politics, it runs rampant in professional wrestling. We all know that. Apparently, it runs rampant in podcasting too. Because God forbid, when I start something that I started years ago and a friend's like, hey, Joe, maybe you should keep doing that, man. And you were doing really good. And I listen to him and actually do something right, it explodes. And you guys notice it. You guys gave me my flowers, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly. That's why I'm dubbing myself the Dean. Because you know what, Sam? You're right. I am the Dean. I know more about professional wrestling than anyone on this earth. That's especially including Professor Bear, who I hate to cut down why he's not here. He called me a coward saying, oh, Joe won't show up, will he? Well, where are you at, Bear? You're doing nothing except for talking to another lazy podcaster, probably the pig mask guy yet again.
Ooh.
God forbid we want to talk about him. Or maybe he's talking about someone who's possibly a nice guy. Or maybe someone who causes mayhem. Hell if I know at this point. I don't care.
Well,
what I do care about is someone insulting my intelligence and someone insulting all the hard work that I have put in. I have had it. I have had it with WSN. I hate saying this, boys. I hate saying this. I know we're family. But for freak's sake, I'm trying not to cuss. I really am. But for freak's sake, let's look at it. Brady, he goes off and starts making skateboard videos. What happens to him? Oops, I broke my wrist. I can't do anything, guys. Well, there goes Brady. And Mike V. God bless Mike V. Mike V's trying to keep this all together. Me, Bear, Sam, Mike, all of us trying to keep this stupid network together. And you know what? It ain't working. I ain't getting paid. You guys ain't getting paid. The only people making profit from it is Bear and someone who broke his fucking wrist skateboarding. But you know what? I know you guys are going to side with Professor. That's fine. That's fine. Side with Bear.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care.
Dean,
I don't care.
Dean Monroe.
But
let me just say this. Let me say this. Okay.
But hang on, Sam. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. But things are changing. Card subjects change. My boy CZ, he's part of WSN. I got some new guys coming in who, spoilers, will be appearing on Friday. At least half of them. But guys, I've had it.
You're bringing in baby who?
No. Enough. No, I've had enough. Either I get the respect that's earned finally, because hell, they tried doing this to me in wrestling, and what did I do? Bit the shit out of some kid whose dad probably didn't even deserve to be in the fucking business in the first place. Had to beat some sense into him. And I start the Hall of Fame that was fucking revolutionary. And what happens to that? Oh, let's make a committee. Okay, well, yeah, let's make a committee and not have fun anymore. What the fuck's up with that? Right? Right? Yeah, exactly. Nothing. Can't have fun. Get mad at my buddy for making Till 5 Wrestling trying to get into the Hall of Fame. You know what? Those guys have done more in podcasting than probably half of us. Come on, let's admit it. They done great, right? I used to laugh at them. I thought they were full of jokes, but let's face it. They're hardworking guys like we are. If not, working a little bit harder. Maybe we should step up to their level. Instead of someone like, oh, Crander Q, I want to be everybody's friend. Oh, boy, howdy. No. No more. I'm done. Enough games. Either by Friday, Sam, I know you respect me right now, but you're going to respect me even more. Mike D, you need to stop smiling right now, or I'm going to come all the way to Detroit and slap it off of you. And you're going to respect me too. And that stupid Professor Bear, as much, and that's what kills me. He was like my brother. He is the only person in WSN that has physically been at Casa de la Monroe. The only person. And you know what? The disrespect I get, that's the respect I get for. No. You see, here's the thing. People like Bear are people that want the respect. They don't give the respect back. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with this interview. You guys have a nice night.
All right. That was I wasn't expecting that.
I was. And he didn't, here's the thing.
You on mute, Sam.
Oh, 1 second, bro. I'm not on mute. Am I?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
1 second, brother. 1 second. Yeah.
It was 1 second.
Can you hear me now? No, I'm good.
I still can't hear you.
It's on your side.
Give us 1 second, folks. We
have a bit of a technical issue.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I still can't hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna log out and I'll come back in. Okay, so 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, that was I wasn't expecting that from Joe. Yeah, Sam will be back on in a minute. Give me 1 second. And we're gonna get back into this Royal Rumble preview and everything. Give us 1 second. Still waiting on Brother Sam. Yeah, so hopefully we get Sam back on. Yep, he is back on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Cool.
Okay, yeah, I could hear you the whole time. I don't know why you couldn't hear me. Everything was working on this end. Maybe it was just a glitch, or maybe Joe Monroe just rocked it so hard that basically he just thunder and lightninged our connection. Okay. So ask me what you want to ask me.
Yeah, so let's get into the Royal Rumble preview real quick.
Oh, we're not gonna respond to what we just had happen.
Oh, if you want to,
I don't have much of a response. I look at it this way: when I called you the Dean, Joe Monroe, I did it out of respect, and I still respect you. I think you are one of the most knowledgeable men in terms of history of professional wrestling. Absolutely, you know shit that I would never know. I get that. I saw one friend disrespect another friend. And for me, I look at it this way. We're all brothers, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, if Bear disrespects you, I will stand up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the disrespect that he's talking about that he received from the professor, I unfortunately haven't seen it. I've not seen it.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
All I've seen, to be very honest, is him chopping him up. And I just stood up for my friend against my other brother. You know what I mean? One brother for another brother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What I will say, getting the title of Joe or the title of Dean has made him obsolete. He's gone way above his head. Right? You think shit smells like fucking roses? So, Joe, I know you're upset. I know you're angry. I love you, brother. But this Friday, I think it's time to, as Iron Sheik says, time to be humble. We'll see you Friday, brother. Let's get on to the Rumble.
I just want to say, I don't know. I mean, I know the challenge and stuff went on, the thing y'all got going on. Hey, I'm neutral.
No, hey, bro, be neutral. That's beautiful. But hey, he's got to understand something. I don't care who he brings. It doesn't matter who he brings. When you got Professor and the Samp, when you got the two of us together, we're unstoppable in this world of professional wrestling. All right? No one can fuck with us. No one can do the things that we do.
Hey,
No one in WSN, no one in WSN can say they have the amount of knowledge and history in our brains when it comes to this sport than me and Bear combined. Most of you guys, and I love you all, you're all my family, but most of you didn't start watching this shit until the mid-90s. And at that time, you were still either on your mom's tit or you were still taking a shit in your Pampers. Okay? Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Most of those guys didn't see the rock and wrestling era the way we saw it. We saw it live. I woke up Saturday morning eating my cereal, watching rock and wrestling cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay. So bring it on, Joe Monroe. Bring it. Bring whoever you want. Hell, bring 4 people. Bring 6. Fuck it. We don't care. We'll do it against 2. We'll do 10 against 2. I hope Bear shows up.
I would definitely be watching and may the best team win.
I apologize for my brother Joe Monroe for wanting to drive all the way from Kentucky to Detroit to beat you up, man. That's not cool. That's not cool.
I'm just speechless with this.
And it's funny that he didn't even consider taking a flight to Vancouver or something, right? Like I don't know. Weather's better up here where I am right now, considering.
It's been mad cold down here. But this Friday was it No Sale Roundtable. It'll be you and Professor Bear going up against Joe and his mystery partner.
I think it's Baby Huey.
Who's Baby Huey?
The tenor.
Oh. Hey, we shall see. I'll definitely be watching, but we see who's got the most knowledge when it comes to.
Please, okay. So when it comes to the trivia show in question, okay, I've already won it, and from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but they said Bear won the last one.
Okay.
But it's once they retallied, they realized that I won. So either Bear and I are both champions going into this, or I'm the 2-time champ going in.
Hey, I'll just say this. All 3.
I'll say this. Me and Bear collectively have 2 titles between us. And there's only been 2 episodes. So you tell me.
Hey, it's gonna be good this Friday. I definitely gotta watch this on Friday to see who's gonna win.
And when I won, I was only going off an hour and a half prep time. And I was on vacation.
Okay.
I left my family at the beach.
All right, so real quick, let's get into the Rumble.
Yeah.
The Women's Royal Rumble. We're gonna start with that. It seemed like they always start with the Women's Rumble first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick 2 people that we think will be the winner, and then we're gonna pick a surprise. You know, it don't really seem like it's gonna be that many surprises since it's in Saudi Arabia. But you just give your quick thoughts. You can tell.
Yeah. So Saudi's taking this really, really seriously. Okay, like very seriously. They're treating it like a WrestleMania level event there. To the point where I don't know how many people know this or not, but they actually built a stadium just for this.
Yeah.
In Riyadh.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a stadium that already exists. They said, "Fuck it, we'll build a stadium for this particular show."
Wow, that's
crazy. Right. So we got that playing in there. in terms of what they're going to put on and this like that. So the other piece that we're seeing now as well, we're starting to see TKO blend their backstage production crews. So I don't have the name in front of me, but the guy who's been running most of the pay-per-views for the longest time is not going to be there now because they've taken him and put him at the Zupa Boxing to produce that program.
Okay.
So the guy coming in is the guy who does most of the weekdays, the Raw, SmackDown stuff. So we're going to get a different production, perhaps, of angles and cuts and things that we may not have seen. That's something that's a little different this year. But to your point, to the women's rumble, I'll tell you right now, I think my two picks would be Liv Morgan or Bianca.
Hey, that's the same thing I got.
And that's okay. That just shows great minds alike, right?
Yeah.
Look, and I'm saying Bianca would be the surprise if, out of all the girls, maybe Paige.
That's true. Yeah.
Right? Possibly. But outside of that, I mean, there aren't many girls left on the girls' side that we haven't seen come out as a surprise. Molly Holly, etc., you name it, Trish, Lita. There's really no one left on the girl side. I mean, if you really want to surprise me, bring up Melina.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we haven't seen her forever. Eve Torres.
Yeah.
Right? I think would be really cool to see Britt Baker come out.
Yeah, that'd
Right?
be cool too.
So I
well, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say, I think when it comes to surprises, the closest we're gonna see is probably call-ups from like people from NXT.
Those aren't surprises, though, bro. They're already in the roster. We already see them on TV. Surprises are people that you aren't expecting to see come back, right? Like, I mean, I say Bianca is the closest thing to it because she has not had a match since Mania.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can appreciate breaking of the hand because I broke my pinky. It's a pinky. Okay.
Yeah.
But I had to go for surgery to fix it.
Yeah. And then they said that her while her finger was healing, it wasn't healing fast enough, or it wasn't healing properly. So that's why she had.
Well, that's the other piece. It's like, when you're an athlete, you're pushing yourself, right? And when you lose, like, I don't mean, and I'm not saying that this is who I am anymore, man. But I mean, it's really hard to roll a joint with one hand, right? I'm not saying I'm that guy anymore, but back in the day, that was the one thing I realized, like how many things you take for granted when you lose your mobility.
Yeah.
And your hands are everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So by virtue of that, she shouldn't have been able to work out. She shouldn't have been able to do 80% of the things that she normally could have in terms of fitness and physical health.
Yeah.
Right? But a girl like that can't sit on the sidelines like that. So of course you're going to hamper your healing process if you're gripping bars and trying to, push the limits. And I love that drive. I love that passion and commitment. It's needed. But at the same time, it's very simply put, as I say to people, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the people around you and the people that mean something to you. So sometimes being selfish is okay when it comes to yourself, because without you, you can't do anything for anyone.
Yeah, that's true. But then I think about this too. I think about, I know she had the injury, but maybe she's already fully healed, and you know how WWE do, like, kind of keep them on the sideline or whatever until the right story come along. So I think that could also be a possibility too, that she was already like healed, but they just waited.
Possibly. I haven't heard anything or seen anything about it outside of her re-injuring it or not healing properly. So that could highly be the situation here. The reason I picked these two girls is, one, Liv Morgan, since she's come back, she's been absolutely amazing to watch. Okay. Yeah. She actually makes the Judgment Day look good.
I agree.
She's made Roxanne Perez, who already was looking good in my opinion, even better.
Yep.
right? Just her telltale signs, her physical appearance, her emotional look, just the look, her eyes, the way she's directing traffic, just with her facials and her body tone, is phenomenal.
Yeah,
She's at a different level right now,
I agree. I
right?
definitely
Do you want to put a rocket on someone and take him to Mania? I think she's a great act for it, but we already know, and I'm pretty certain it's going to happen one way or the other. We're going to get Bianca and Jade at Mania,
Oh yeah.
right?
That's what they've
And
been wanting.
someone needs to take the belt off of Jade because Jade is hurting everyone for real.
Yeah, a lot of people are not happy because
No,
she's not defending the title. I don't think she's
there's no one to
defending.
defend against. She beat everyone up on the house shows.
Yep, that's true.
I'm just saying, right? Like, there's a lot of girls there, but they're putting so much emphasis on this tag team thing right now, which I think is fun too. I like it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, right? You're really seeing it's a great opportunity for all the girls to get out there and do something and have a lot of fun doing it, and we're seeing it. It's fun. It's actually quite enjoyable. But I don't think Alash Legend's ready for that spot yet. I mean, they need to learn something. She was still too green. I'm sorry. And I said that to you guys before. I said, I think she's too green. She's not ready for the title.
Yeah.
Maybe a taste of it, but this long? No, it makes no sense. Oh, and Tiffany Stratton probably comes back too on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I've been hearing that too. Yeah.
But in terms of surprises, I really don't know.
I really don't. Yeah, and like you said, probably
It's
Tiffany
not about
Stratton.
surprises anymore.
Right. I mean, they didn't pretty much use them all the last couple of years. And then I think too, with the show being in Saudi Arabia, a lot of people probably don't want to take that flight.
Yeah, but dude, it's not that bad. Like, honestly, Riyadh, look, let's put politics completely out of the picture, okay? Every country has politics.
Mm-hmm.
All right. None worse than what we're seeing in your country. Okay.
Yeah.
And the only person who spoke up against that was my guy.
Yeah.
All right, go back and watch his speech in Davos. That's as political as we're going to get here today. But, you know, I'm looking at every country in the world. Show me a country that has no issues.
Oh,
There you go. Okay. Some are magnified more than others, and considering where you may be from, they may be magnified in a certain way to get the public reaction that that country needs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I have a lot of great friends down south and a lot of good people that I call family, including yourselves and stuff, right? But majority of your country are sheep. They're like wrestling fans. They'll cheer you at the beginning of the match, and if they don't like what you're doing at the end, they'll boo you and you're an instant heel.
Yep.
Right?
Ain't
Right.
right.
So you look at this place, Saudi Arabia, everyone has this bad connotation, this bad notion. It's a bad place. Yeah, they have some bad stuff going on, but show me where it's not bad. Minneapolis, how much worse can that be?
Yeah. I mean,
right?
It's
Riyadh is one of the safest places in the world, bro. It truly is. I know
when they show like the little pictures, the stuff that they show us on TV, like the buildings, when they show the buildings being bombed and stuff like that, and then they show this other side where it just got this beautiful city.
Yeah, but look where all the bombings happening. They're happening by the Israelis, they're happening by the US, they're happening by everyone else. The Saudis haven't bombed anybody.
That's true.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to get here. Like, look, I'm speaking in it with this passion because of the boxing side of me. Okay, a lot of these boxing cards that have been happening in the last 3-4 years have been happening in Saudi and Riyadh. Okay, and a lot of what's happening in boxing is because of Riyadh.
Okay,
and Turkish Al Sheikh. Okay. And because of that, I've had to dig into Riyadh. I've had to talk to people who are there. I've talked to a lot of people who've gone over there from the UK to watch boxing, and they said, "Man, it's like a slice of heaven. It's so peaceful. Everyone is so nice." So that whole thing of it's not safe, that's just crap. It truly is. You will be as safe as you want to be, no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
It depends where you decide to go.
Yeah.
If we decide, okay, what's the worst part of Detroit?
Probably the east side, but there's some parts of the west side that's
Okay, so the east side. Okay, so shame on me for going to the east side at 1 o'clock in the morning. What do you want me to expect?
yeah, it's
Right or wrong? I'm just saying.
no,
It
I
is
get
what
what
it
you
is,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
right?
saying, and then it's
Now, when
like
it comes, like back to the surprises. So the way I look at the surprises, I think we're at a point right now where there are no more surprises because either they're all too old or they're not that far removed from the company to be a surprise.
that's true.
Now, in
Yeah,
5 years' time, we can start doing surprises again because at that point, then we'll probably get AJ come back for one appearance. We'll probably get a Ray to come back for one appearance, maybe, if he's healthy. We're not there yet. We don't have any old guys left. They're all old and they can't move.
yeah.
Who are you going to put out there? Road Dogg? I don't know. You know?
Man, Road Dogg, he about 300. He look like he about 300 pounds now.
I mean, he just has to come in, do his little shuffle thing, and then throw him out of the rope, right? Whatever.
Yeah,
Right? Like, I mean, a surprise to me would be Mr. Ass.
right.
Where's Billy Gunn?
I think he's still in he's still in AEW.
I haven't seen him in a while, bro.
Yeah, because the last time I watched it, he was on
Collision.
He was in a tag team match on Collision with one of his sons, if I'm correct.
Yeah. So we haven't seen him. I mean, like outside of surprises, there's really nothing left.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. So let's talk about the match that probably is gonna be the match of the night. Gunther versus AJ Styles. If AJ Styles loses, it's pretty much his career is over. I knew the writers was on the wall when they did the promo when AJ Styles challenged Gunther, and Gunther said basically, your career got to be on the line. I think Gunther's gonna win this. It'll be a good match. It'll be hard hitting, but at the end of the day, Gunther's gonna win this. What's your thoughts?
I started seeing the writing on the wall. Well, he kind of quietly announced it. That in 2026 I'm going to walk away. Now, when 2026, I don't think anybody really knew. But once you started to see some of the things that he was doing on the international tours, places that he had been before, made a bit of a name for himself. He was doing some throwback things and just kind of a bit of nostalgia, no more so than what we saw in Japan. Out there with Shinsuke and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The match that he had with Shinsuke in the last week or so, when he came out with the mask and everything, okay, we're starting, something close is happening here. Soak it in, drink it in, love it, because this is probably the last match we see AJ in a long time. I think he is retiring after this weekend. And he's doing it on his own terms.
Yeah.
You look at the Cena retirement and you look at the AJ retirement.
Yeah.
So different. And it just shows the humility of, I'm not saying that John Cena isn't humble, but this is really humility on his part, for what this man's accomplished, for what he's done and whatnot. He deserves more than this, but here we go. Oh, Brock's in the Rumble too.
Definitely. Yeah, he announced today on the Pat McAfee show that he's in the Rumble. But to go back to AJ Styles, and I've been saying this, and I've said this on my show, I've said this on other shows. AJ Styles needs to be in the GOAT conversation. Like, his body of work from Ring of Honor to New Japan to TNA, WWE, like what he did, he probably achieved being a Grand Slam champion quicker than some of the other guys that's in WWE, like the Roman Reigns, the Seth Rollins, the Randy Ortons, stuff like that. Like, he only been in WWE 10 years and was able to become a Grand Slam champion within those 10 years. Well, it took guys probably over 10 years to become a Grand Slam champion. So, like I said, everything that he's done to TNA, like, you can't even argue that. You know, his New Japan work, his Ring of Honor work, he's done it all. And I think when we talk about the GOAT conversation in wrestling, with the exception of maybe like a Ric Flair who wrestled in like NWA and WCW, we only give the guys at WWE, we kind of always put them in the GOAT conversation. But I think now that we in the 2000s and 2020s and we got more promotions, I think we got to start to kind of open the door for some of those other guys too.
I mean, yes, I agree, but I've never believed in one GOAT.
Yeah, because it's always generations.
It's generational, right? I mean, there's only maybe a handful, and in that handful, very, very small amount of pebbles that would represent who I would even consider the GOAT of the entire sport of all time. Right? In wrestling, I don't believe there is one GOAT. Some can argue Hulk Hogan's the GOAT, yeah, because he changed the game. But then again, Stone Cold and The Rock changed the game again.
Yeah.
Right? In their own way. And yeah, Hogan changed the game again in the 90s. So GOATs are generational to me, man. Like in every generation you have your GOAT. Because I mean, recently I thought about it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Muhammad Ali, everyone says the GOAT of boxing. I think for his humanitarian, and I think for a lot of the other things that he did for humanity overall, for people, and yes, for boxing, yeah, I would put him ultimate GOAT. But I would also say Mike Tyson's a GOAT because I think a prime Tyson would beat a prime Ali.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at just the athletic component of it all, yeah, he's in there. He's a generational GOAT.
Definitely. So you got so who is your pick for you? You got Gunther, right?
I'm going with Gunther because it's a foregone conclusion. We don't know how it's going to happen, right? Unfortunately, right? It's just I think at this point, what I'm looking for is a great match, a solid match, and if this is your last one, you're going to pull out all the stops. So that's something to look forward to, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
So we got that happening as well. I mean, here's the swerve. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
What if AJ loses, but then shows up on TNA on Thursday and basically says, hey, yeah, I said I was retiring, but I'm retiring from WWE.
Hey, I can see that too, because a lot of
and he has one run with TNA to build up the promotion on AMC.
Mm-hmm.
And then go up by May.
That's a positive. For some reason, there's a small, small, but I just got this small feeling that he could possibly win on Saturday. They could kind of swerve us a little bit, but I'm still going.
I'm okay with that. I'm fine. Swerve us.
Yeah,
but by swerving us, you've just wrecked all the momentum you built on Gunther, which is just another indication of how bad the John Cena thing was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can't, this is why I'm saying it's a foregone conclusion. You can't do Gunther in twice like this.
Yeah, I agree.
They did it once to him. They were able to bring him back. You going to do it again?
Yeah. And then the rumored match he got for WrestleMania versus Brock, that's going to be interesting right there. Like, because
I think they play that out. I think they play that out. And that match actually happens at SummerSlam, where Brock is saying he wants to retire.
Yeah, because I'm hearing that he's retiring too.
Yeah. So if Brock wants to retire at SummerSlam, you play this out however you want. Maybe let them have the match. See how it plays out. Brock kicks his ass. I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes Gunther turn into a face. Yeah. Right? And then he retires Brock at SummerSlam. I don't know. But that's too far to look ahead, man. We're just starting the road to Mania. So
yeah. So let's talk about the WWE Championship match. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre. At first, I thought Randy Orton was gonna win this match, the fatal four-way that they had on Saturday night's main event. But I had to think about it. They were in Montreal. Royal Rumble's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. Sammy's got had the ties to the Arabic what's the word I'm looking for? Background. Yeah. And it made sense once I started watching Saturday Night's Main Event. I'm like, no, Sammy's gonna win this. He ended up winning. I don't think he's leaving with the championship. I think Drew's gonna win. I think that, like I said, with the Gunther and AJ Styles match, I think it'll be a good one-on-one singles match. Sammy had the crowd behind him, but I think Drew is gonna win. What's your thoughts?
You see that red shirt behind me?
Yeah.
That's the elimination T-shirt from Montreal that year.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So that was a makeup victory for Sammy for losing in Montreal, in my opinion. And the fact that he is going after the title is because the Saudis want it, in my opinion.
Okay.
Okay, because he is of Arab descent.
Yeah.
Right, or sorry, Muslim descent. Pardon me.
Okay.
So he is a Muslim, right? So he is from Lebanon. His heritage is Lebanese.
Okay.
Not to say that has any tie-in with Saudi Arabia, but it's kind of like when I see an Indian guy, I'll give him that nod. That I acknowledge your presence, sort of a deal. You see a brother walking down the street, you give them the nod, right? It's the same kind of thing. It's just like he's Muslim. He's in a Muslim country. They want that pop. So I think that's what we're getting here. Now, let's also keep in mind, we started off the year, if you remember, on both show or on SmackDown anyways, Matt Cardona, Jacob Fatu, the list goes on and on, all these guys, Sami Zayn saying, we want the title shot. We're coming after this belt this year. Well, you know what? Let Sami have a shot, get him off the ledger, and then you can move on. And that's the way I'm kind of seeing it, right? I mean, the only thing that would bother me is if he pulls a Brock Lesnar and tries to enter the Rumble.
Yeah.
And if Sami gets into the Rumble, then I'll be scared about that one, because then there are chances that he will walk away and end up at WrestleMania against one of these two dudes.
Yeah. You think you think he would be a good, like, if that happened, he entered the Rumble? Do you think that would be a good thing that he won, or do you think that the Rumble winner should go to one of the bigger stars like a Roman or maybe Braun Breaker?
No, here, Sami is a chaser.
Yeah.
Okay, his best success is being a chaser, and that kind of sucks, man. Because being a chaser, being being so good at being a chaser, takes away the opportunity of actually being a champion. And if they make you champion, it's so short lived because you're such a good chaser. How many people have been supporting Sami Zayn when he was going after the Intercontinental title, when he was going after the tag team title, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as he gets those belts, how much interest is in him?
Yeah.
He's a boring champion, but he's an amazing chaser.
Yeah.
Right? Some people are amazing champions.
Yeah, because even when he was in NXT, he wasn't the NXT champion that long.
No, he's a chaser, dude. He's a natural born chaser. That sucks. It's like being Andre. No matter, even considering the fact that you should be champion from the minute you step into that ring to the day you decide to retire, because no one should be able to beat you in any circumstance, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why Andre never got a belt.
Yeah.
Why do you think guys like Obi Femi are not used properly? Because you can't make them champion. If we want realistic content, if we want something believable, then Obi Femi or Omos. Sorry, I meant to say Omos, not Obi Femi. Omos can never be a champion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Sammy's gonna get his shot, and I think a lot of it has to do with Saudi. If he enters the Rumble again, it's for the Saudi pop.
Okay.
That's my thinking. I don't have anything to back me up. I'm just giving you what I think, right? So, there's nothing written in any dirt sheet or anything that I'm saying. These are just my thoughts, my booking thoughts, the way I kind of see the business and the way I kind of think what I think they think. So That's why I kind of see the match. But the match itself, dude, I think it's going to be a lot of fun because Drew can move, Sammy can move. Sammy's a mechanic. He's a great wrestler. I don't care what anybody says about his appearances. The guy is amazing in the ring,
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
And Drew's really good in the ring. So you get the two of these guys together. It just builds that story continuously that Sammy can't beat Drew.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
can book in that later on down the road somewhere. But for now, no.
Yeah, I definitely see Drew walking out of the Rumble with the championship and still uh, still being involved in that story with Jacob Fatu and Cody. And speaking of Jacob Fatu and Cody, they are going to be in the Men's Royal Rumble, which the last match of the Royal Rumble we're going to talk about. The men's 30-man Royal Rumble. It's a lot of stuff that can happen. I mean, you got Cody that's going to be in, Jacob Fatu, the Vision, all members of the Vision are going to be in there. Brock is going to be in there. Overfin is probably going to be in there. Roman's going to be in there. Jay Uso's probably is going to be in there. There's going to be a lot going on. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker or Roman Reigns to win the Rumble. That's what I'm gonna go with. I just think with the way Braun has been, just been one of the top dogs on Raw, pretty much the face of the Vision right now, and just being involved in the storylines, and then losing to CM Punk. Yeah, he's definitely gonna get his moment, and it's just kind of like what I've been saying, like use the Royal Rumble as an opportunity for one of the young stars or one of the just a fresh face that's won the Royal Rumble, and I think Braun would be that guy. Roman, I say Roman just because it's in Saudi Arabia and they probably want that big name to win the match at the end. But as a surprise, and I know we talked about it with the women's match, we don't really see a lot of surprises. I'm just going and I think and I'm pretty sure I think he announced that he's gonna be in the Royal Rumble over Femi.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be my surprise right there.
Okay,
What's your
well,
thoughts?
they had video packages for OBFME being in Saudi Arabia already on the show. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick a Samoan too, but his name is Fatu.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, I think what we're gonna get here now. I'm doing some fantasy booking again. I apologize, but this is how the brain of the Samp works. This is why we're trivia champions. I think Roman is going to be the odd man out this year at Mania.
mm-hmm.
Not to say he's not going to have a match, but he's not going to be anything. It's not going to be for a title. I still believe very strongly we're going to get a three-way dance between Cody, Fatu, and Drew at Mania.
Okay.
And I still believe that Braun should be challenging Punk for the other belt. Okay?
Yeah.
The reason I'm not picking Braun because I have a suspicious feeling that the Vision's going to turn on him.
You think so?
They look lost right now. They look lost, and the fact that Logan stood up and said on Raw that Braun should win. Logan's a smeary character. His character work is this smeary guy.
Yeah. I peeped that too. That. Yeah.
Okay, so Logan, the character Logan Paul, says and does things in a smarmy, cheap way.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling we're going to get the turn of Braun Breaker before Mania or after Mania or something. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Vision eliminate him at the Rumble.
That's interesting right there, because I did peep that from Logan Paul on Monday. We got a message from the Brothers of Discussion podcast. What up, fellas? They say, Samp, I love you, but WWE sucks. Samoan testy. Roman will win the Rumble.
Samoan testicles. Okay. Um, okay, dude. Hey, like I said, this is what it is. This is what makes everything so beautiful. I mean, I get it if Roman wins, like you said, it's for the pop and stuff. But here's the thing: WWE needs to stop doing things for Saudi
I agree.
for what they want, because it's going to affect the storylines going forward. Who wants to see Roman Drew?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, the story speaks for itself, because Drew went on this tirade. Yes, that Roman and the bloodline took everything from him, and they truly did, right? Now that he's champion, it kind of makes sense. Say, yeah, you could do this, but let's just be realistic. If we're talking about new talent, new people, things like that, Jacob's perfect. I don't say he has to win,
Yeah,
but
and that's kind of where I see them going with Cody, Jacob, and Drew. I think that's going to end up being a triple threat at WrestleMania.
I believe it is too. Night one, right? Probably night one, and then whoever Punk will probably get night two against Braun Breaker or whoever comes out of the other side.
Yeah, that's what I see happening. Trying to think. Brock, what do you think Brock is going to do?
Brock's going to come in, do his shit, and get tossed out and land on his feet and walk away.
You think that the person that throws him out, do you think that's going to open up, that's going to probably like grow the seeds for his WrestleMania match?
Potentially. I mean, if we're, again, it's so open-ended right now, and that's what makes this really fun, because I mean, with all the names that in there, after this Saturday, sorry, we'll start to get a clearer picture of what said Road to WrestleMania actually looks like.
Yeah, definitely.
To the casual fan, they're just going to be watching the Rumble. To you, to me, to the Brothers of Destruction, or the podcast Brothers of Destruction, to a lot of us that are in it, the Brothers of Discussion. Thank you, brother. The Brothers of Discussion, all of us, we all watch it in a different lens.
Yeah.
Right? We see it differently. We're looking at it differently. At the end of that show, our mind's going to go in 40 different directions on what's what and what if. So by next Friday, we should pretty much know what the WrestleMania card is.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, you know what? And that could be, but that means Gunther and AJ would have to be in the match too.
Yeah.
Are they going to be in the match?
In the Royal Rumble match?
Yeah. So the only way that would work for me, brother, is it'd be the women's Rumble first, they'd be second, Drew's third, and then the men's, because right now we only have 4 matches.
Yeah. But I think that's how many it's probably going to end up being. Is
right? And then Gunther enters the Rumble.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Probably that could work. That could work. But let's see. This is why we're going to tune in at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Brother Sam.
Yes, sir.
Always, it was a pleasure having you on, coming in, chopping it up, talking about wrestling. Before we get up out of here, any final thoughts or last words? You want to plug the tag team match you got going on this Friday?
No, there's nothing to plug, bro, man. Joe Monroe said what he had to say, and that's fine. I can see him being very angry. He reminds me of that problem child, the little redhead kid from that movie. So he can be angry. He can have his tantrums. He can do whatever he wants to do, because at the end of the day, I'll just let my winning ways speak for itself and get myself another title. And that's all that needs to be said about that. In terms of everything else, look, guys and gals, I really implore that you just relax and watch the Rumble and just enjoy for what it is. Okay. Surprises from the men's side very quickly. Maybe Jericho.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, maybe Chris Jericho. And then I did hear this. I read this in an article that the surprises that they have are gonna probably fly in after the other, like all the rest.
They'll be flying in Friday evening.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just the thing, right? Look, don't believe the hype. Don't listen to what Triple H is saying on Sports Center and all that kind of stuff and all these things. Just forget about it. Just go in, with an open mind and enjoy wrestling, people. Yeah, almost will be there too. Almost will be there. But just enjoy wrestling. I know I'm taking a page out of my brother Professor Bear's book, but it's a lot of sense. Just enjoy the show. It's a TV show, people. It's
Yeah.
just a fucking show.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, you are definitely right about that. Before I get up out of here, just want to let everybody know. Just go to Yahoo, Google, put in Wrestling from the 313. You'll see content from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. TikTok, we are getting close to 1,000 followers. So if you're on TikTok, put in Wrestling from the 313 and follow if you haven't already.
I'm really bad with the TikTok, man. I barely touch it.
You know what? I want to get into doing lives on TikTok. So that's something that I'm going to look into. I think I want to do a watch along for the Elimination Chamber on TikTok.
Let me know. You got me.
If I do that, I'll definitely let you know, because I was thinking about doing Royal Rumble, but I'm like, nah, kind of want to chill this weekend and just.
You know what? Sometimes you just want to watch the show, bro. Like, trust me, I do boxing lives. I do wrestling lives as well. SAP is everywhere, baby. I'm international. A lot of times my friends from the UK will call me and say, hey, do you mind coming on and doing the live watch along? And I'm like, how can I say no? You're watching boxing at 4:00 in the morning. Okay, I'll come on. Right. So, and I'll be honest, there's just some weekends where I just want to be a fan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have decided this weekend, unless someone calls on me, no one has yet. Fingers crossed. I just get to be a fan this weekend.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also, Wrestler from the Three. I'm also on Cameo. So if you want a podcast shout out, you want to ask me a wrestling question, a birthday shout out or whatever, just go to Cameo, put in Mike D. You'll see my picture and send whatever it is that you want. And as always, support independent wrestling, support wrestling podcasters. Because we out here doing our thing, and we just trying to do something. We trying to bring wrestling out to everybody, something that we all enjoy, and we just doing our thing, man. And shout out to you, Samp, and everything you're doing with your podcast, both of your podcasts, Samp and Chance and Professor and the Samp. And gotta give you a shout out for your interview with Vince Russo. That was a real good interview too. So if you guys didn't see that, check that out on the Samp and Chance YouTube channel. And that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Also, we just talked to posted it this Tuesday. Sorry, cheap plug. We sat down with Downtown Bruno, Harvey Wilperman.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we sat down with him. Great conversation. You go check that out as well. You have a bit of modern with Vince Russo and a bit of nostalgia with Downtown Bruno. And here's something, Mike D, and everyone listening, go check out that podcast, because there's one question a lot of people always ask. Why wasn't Mr. Perfect ever world champion? Why wasn't Rowdy Piper ever world champion? You ever thought that, right?
Yeah.
Listen to the interview we did with Bruno. He answered that question.
Yeah,
and it's something I never ever thought about.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that one out. So everybody, we about to get up out of here. This is Royal Rumble weekend. Make sure you all enjoy the Royal Rumble. Just enjoy wrestling. And continue to watch Wrestling from the 313. Continue to watch Samp and Chance, Professor and the Samp. Continue to support WSN, and just compete. Like I said, just continue to support independent wrestling and wrestling, period. So for my guest, Samp, from the Samp and Chance podcast, I'm your boy, Mike D. We will see you next week on another episode of Wrestling from the 313. Peace.